Keanu Reeves brought the heat with Berserker just a month back. Was it a quick burst or is it still punching above its weight? 60 days ago, Herbie and the Fantastic Four were lighting up the collector's list. Are they still stretching their value? And 90 days back, Marvel Rivals Magik was slaying the charts as it kept its magic or fizzled out. It's time to fire up the time machine and check out the books that had everybody talking. 30, 60, 90, Look Back starts now. "30, 60, 90. This is the part of the show where we go over books that were hot just a month ago, 2 months ago, and 3 months ago. We're going to take a look at these three books. They were the hot books. They were the number one books for Cover Price. So shout out to the guys over at Cover Price. It's from their list. Shane, we got three very different books.
Yeah,
Your
for
immediate
sure.
thoughts here.
But they've kind of all been in movies, so there is a connection for some of them.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
I'm a big fan of Berserker. I really like it. I've liked the one-shots. We've talked about it before. So it's a good series. I would pick it up in a trade if you haven't read it. It's a cool read. And with all the connections, again, like we've talked about, the probability of this being made is fairly high at whatever level it's going to be, a TV show, animation, or movie. You've got a lot of the right boxes being checked. Fantastic Four, the first Herbie. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can pull this off and have a Fantastic Four movie. I've liked all the other ones, but they just haven't been well received. But I've enjoyed each one of them. And Rivals, I mean, it's kind of quieted down quite a bit, really.
Yeah. We're going to take a look at the first book. We talk a little bit about Berserker, so let's look at Berserker #1. This book came out in 2021 from Boom Studios. On March 11th, week number 2, it was the #1 book for Cover Price, and it had a top weekly sale of $100 at 9.8. The weekly unit sold was 40 copies. The raws were going for $4. The grades were going for 70. As of today, pretty much the same. $3 for a raw copy was sold. That was the last recorded sale. And not a lot of movement within that 30-day period. Like one book a day was being sold. The fair market values stood the same for the raws. However, they bumped up for the 9.8s at $93. The highest known sale of this book is $175. And that was for a 9.8 back in April of 2023. This book has a lot of copies in the census with 2,333 copies. We got Keanu Reeves is attached to this. We got Keanu Reeves saying that there's gonna be a movie. When John Wick is over, we're getting some Berserker.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I think it's good. And that's a lot of books in the census for sure.
And the reason why this book is so affordable is because it has a high print run. Yeah. They did print a lot. So if you want to get some more rarity, there's plenty of rare Berserker #1s out there. There's so many different types of variants that are out there. It's insanity. However, I personally like this. I like this cover a lot.
Yeah.
And for $3, why not?
I know. Exactly.
It's going to sell, right? So there you have it. Berserker #1. That was 1 month ago. Let's take a look at the book that was 2 months ago. That's Fantastic Four 209. This book originally came out in 1979 from Marvel Comics. During February 10th, week 2, it was $279 and a 9.8. That was the top weekly sale. 82 copies were being sold that week. The raws were going for $15 at a fine. The graded copies were going for $144 at a 9.6. And that was the average. That average actually stood exactly the same. No real change there. However, the last sale was $26 at a near mint, and it sold within that 60-day period, it sold 43 copies, so it actually dipped a little bit in sales. However, on February 13th, the highest sale of this book was at $360 at a 9.8. The census count, only 346 copies.
Yeah, that's a tough 9.8 too. 79 black all the way around. It's got that
Mhm.
like newsprint paper. So that would be hard to
Yeah,
get.
anything that's before the 80s is hard to get. And then you have a black cover, makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Starts fading away within time. Um, First appearance of Herbie, first John Byrne on Fantastic Four as well. This is a fun book. It's, $26. You could probably get it for less. I'm sure you could get it for less. However, the movie is about 2.5 months away from happening, from what I remember. Is it June or July, somewhere along those lines? But it's not
Yeah.
that far.
Yeah.
2 to 3 months away from happening. We're starting to get some more imagery. Just today, there was a leak of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, which I don't know how I feel about it right now. I still don't know how I feel about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, because he is definitely playing a variant of Tony Stark. I just don't feel that. I want Victor Von Doom. I don't want a variant of Tony Stark.
So hopefully what they're doing is a little bit of misdirection, and Robert Downey is going to be the variant, and in the background they've got somebody that's going to be Victor Von Doom.
It's quite possible, but it's, who knows how they're going to turn. It is a multiverse story, so we're going to go towards that. I know that much.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. Fantastic Four 219. That was the hot book 2 months ago. Let's take a look at the book that was hot 90 days ago. And that was Magik #1. This is the NetEase Marvel Rivals variant. This book came out in 2025 for Marvel Comics. Week number 2, January 13th. It was $40 at top weekly sale. Weekly units, 43 copies were sold during that time period. The Raws were going for $33, and there was no graded copies since the book literally just came out. As of today, a very fine copy sold for $4. However, during the 90-day period, there's been 121 sales. The Raws actually went up in value to $40 near mint, while the graded copies, which now are being graded, are going for approximately $109. However, a high sale of this book, the highest known value was 163 at a 9.8, and that was recently, about a month ago, on March 21st. There's currently 60 copies in the census right now. Marvel Rivals, this is when it was at its hottest.
Yeah.
It's cooled down a little bit, but it's still kind of hot.
Yeah, like we haven't seen, Marvel Rivals 1, any of those covers kind of show up in any lists. I haven't really seen anything about them since they've come out. I didn't like it, to be honest. I didn't the read. Did you read it?
I didn't read it. I purchased my copy to say I had my copy, but I didn't read it.
Yeah, it's not very good. It wasn't. It's like it was written. It's like it wasn't written by comic people or something.
And it was an Infinity comic, so it was a digital comic that was then put together, kind of like It's Jeff as well.
Yeah.
So it probably wasn't written by comic book people.
Yeah, no, just you can tell by if anybody else in the chat has read it, they can chime in. But I just remember reading it and just going, "Well, I'm not buying any more of that."
Well, there you have it, guys. Magik #1, the NetEase Marvel Rivals variant, was the hottest book 90 days ago. It's cooled down since, but it's still worth about the same price it was then. Go check it out. Thank you for watching the 30/60/90. This was a fun one. Like I said, we talked a lot about Berserker and just its potential. Obviously, Fantastic Four is coming out soon, and Magik is just a hot book because of Marvel Rivals. We'll see what it looks like next week when we talk about the next 30/60/90. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.